Ex-Vine star and now YouTuber and musician Gabby Hanna has had her fair share of controversies and breakdowns in the past. Well, it seems that yesterday she had a very large public breakdown where she posted over 100 TikToks over the course of 24 hours. In the emotionally charged videos where she was often yelling, she talked about various different topics surrounding politics, race, religion, and philosophy. She even seemed to claim that she was the second coming of Christ and said that she had recently died and gone to heaven. Viewers of the videos were rightfully concerned as they believed they were witnessing a manic breakdown in real time. People who claim to be mental health professionals said their clients often acted like this before being admitted. Others seemed to just make jokes about the situation and said they saw this coming, even calling her Kanye 2.0. The TikTok stopped after an apparent wellness check from a neighbor, and we haven't heard anything else since.
Following the slap heard around the world, Will Smith would return to the stage later on to accept his award for Best Actor, although many people online are calling it the biggest meltdown speech of the evening. Roughly 40 minutes after the slap, as Will was accepting his award for Best Actor for his role as Richard Williams in King Richard, he defended his attack on Chris Rock. In what should have been a big moment for his career, that slap completely overshadowed it. In his speech, Will said, "You gotta be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you gotta be able to have people disrespecting you, and you gotta smile and you gotta pretend like that's okay." He went on to explain that he wanted to be an ambassador of love and care and concern, adding that he was a vessel for love even. He then thanked Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for trusting him with their story. To close out his speech, Will said, "I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father just like they said about Richard Williams, but love will make you do crazy things." And Chris was introducing the award for Best Documentary when he turned his attention to the Smith family, who appeared to be front and center. Rock joked that he was looking forward to seeing Jada in G.I. Jane 2, which was a poorly timed joke at Jada's lack of hair. To explain the joke, G.I. Jane is a 1997 movie starring a bald Demi Moore as a soldier. Little did Chris know, Jada had been diagnosed with alopecia. Will apologized to a lot of people, but the one person that wasn't going to be seeing any apology was Chris Rock. Apparently, Denzel Washington even said to him a few minutes before his speech, "At your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you." And after the slap, Chris Rock seemed to be very flustered as he tried to resume presenting the award for Best Documentary. Also, to win Best Actor, Will had to beat out Javier Bardem in Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield in Tick Tick Boom, and Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth. The slap ended up being muted on a delayed telecast in the US, but the full version was aired uncensored for international audiences. After Kanye West was accused of hurling racial slurs at Daily Show host Trevor Noah, Instagram decided that enough was enough. For weeks, the rapper has been using his page to harass his ex-wife Kim Kardashian, her new boyfriend Pete Davidson, comedian DL Hughley, and comedian Dave Series. According to reports, he is being temporarily locked out of his account and won't be able to post, comment, or send any messages. Although a spokesperson for Meta declined to give any comment on the exact reason, we're told that it was due to him violating the platform's policies on hate speech, harassment, and bullying, which resulted in a 24-hour ban. The post about Trevor Noah has since been removed, so I know that had to be the one that got him into trouble. His attack on Trevor came after the comedian spoke at length about the situation with Kanye and Kim. He also mentioned his own terrifying experience of his mother being told that she was overreacting and then being shot, suggesting that we take this situation more seriously. On the show, he said, "Two things can be true. Kim likes publicity. Kim is also being harassed. I see a woman who wants to live her life without being harassed." And the host then went into more detail about Kanye's mental health issues and how Pete sending him that text message about being in Kim's bed probably didn't help the situation. He also added, "What she's going through is terrifying to watch and shines a spotlight on what so many women go through when they choose to leave." Now, as I mentioned earlier, Meta did not give an official statement on the matter, but according to TMZ, a spokesperson told them that they will be taking additional steps if further violations happen, which could mean a total ban on Kanye's account if he keeps this up. Before Kanye or Instagram or Meta or whoever deleted that post, Trevor Noah actually left a comment on it. In a lengthy comment responding to Kanye's attack on him, Trevor said, "Damn, here we go again. Everybody's saying what's not for him. There are few artists who have had more of an impact on me than you, Ye. You took samples and turned them into symphonies. You took your pain and through the wire turned it into performance perfection. I thought differently about how I spend my money because of you. I learned to protect my childlike creativity from grown thoughts because of you. I still smile every time I put on my seatbelt because of you. You were a serious rapper who also knew when not to take himself seriously. You effortlessly brought comedy into music and made us all smile while we rapped along. You're an indelible part of my life, Ye, which is why it breaks my heart to see you like this. I don't care if you support Trump, and I don't care if you roast Pete. I do, however, care when I see you on a path that's dangerously close to peril and pain. You have every right to fight for your family, but you have to know the difference between that and fighting your family. I've woken up too many times and read headlines about men who've attacked their exes, their kids, and then themselves. I never want to read that headline about you. If you're just joking about it all and I'm an idiot for caring, then so be it. Honestly though, I'm shocked that it took this long for Instagram to do something about these posts. I mean, they are way over the line and Kanye knows this. That's why he deletes most of the posts right after leaving it up for a bit. One thing's for sure though, the man knows how to stay in the news cycle, even when he's not allowed on social media. Who knows if Meta will take it as far as deplatforming him, but if that does happen, you can certainly expect Kanye to be talking about starting his own Instagram. We've all heard the song Kumbaya, My Lord, but who could have ever thought that Kanye could use that song to hurl racial slurs at Trevor Noah for defending Pete Davidson? The word Kumbaya is believed by many music historians to be Pidgin English and a transliteration for the prayerful plea to God of come by here. However, the first part of that word could be twisted to be utilized as a racial slur, which is exactly what we saw Kanye doing at 5 a.m. He posted a photo of Trevor Noah's Google profile, and while you can see what he was calling him in that caption, it's clear that Kanye must have been up late watching last night's Daily Show because Trevor spoke about the ongoing feud with Kim, Kanye, and Pete. Despite many people suggesting that this was all just a publicity stunt for the new Kardashian show on Hulu, Trevor warned that people should be taking this more seriously. On the show, he said, "Two things can be true. Kim likes publicity. Kim is also being harassed. I see a woman who wants to live her life without being harassed." And the host then went into more detail about Kanye's mental health issues and how Pete sending him that text about being in Kim's bed probably didn't help the situation. He also added, "What she's going through is terrifying to watch and shines a spotlight on what so many women go through when they choose to leave." He then insisted that it is always the woman in the relationship who is questioned for what is happening to them, giving up his own personal experiences of his mother constantly being told that she was overreacting. Eventually though, he got a call from his brother saying that their mom had been shot. He then made clear that he's not suggesting Kanye will do this, but that as a society we need to ask ourselves questions. He adds, "Do we wish to stand by and watch a car crash when we thought we saw it coming? Or do we at least want to say, slow down, let's all put our hazards on because there's a storm coming and ish might go down? If Kim Kardashian cannot escape this, then what chance do normal women have?" And Trevor was simply offering up his own experience of having his stepfather take his mother's life and suggested that we stop joking about Kim and Ye's divorce. In addition to coming after Trevor Noah, Kanye also has been posting non-stop about comedian DL Hughley. Although I can't tell if this is hate mail or a love letter. In one post he's mocking DL's outfit, and then in another he writes, "Funny thing is we'll probably end up being friends. I used to defend him back when he had work. Like, nah, he funny, you just gotta watch it 1 trillion more times to get it." I mean, at least with him posting all of these new celebrity feuds, we are less likely to see him trashing the mother of his children online, but he did post about Pete a few times before he went off on DL and Trevor Noah. In earlier Instagram posts, Kanye posted an article that was calling Pete out for a bad joke of his, and in the caption Ye writes, "Yet another reason why Skeet gotta stay away from my children. Oh, and nobody noticed that he ain't show up to SNL because Mr. I Can Help You With Your Meds had a mental breakdown after we ran him off the internet. Skeet, you not built for this. I already blacked the Super Bowl out on you. Apologize to your family for being in your family." And one thing is for sure, all of this beef with Pete Davidson has only elevated Kanye's Instagram following. He was at 9 million or so, I believe, not that long ago, and now with everyone wanting to know what crazy thing he's going to say next, he has moved up to over 15 million followers. Recently, Kanye West has been releasing these poems on his Instagram. The first one was about divorce, and now he has penned a very ominous poem about his own death, something that he claims has already occurred. In the caption, Kanye writes, "I feel already compromised that I have to justify my expression after over 20 years of art that I have contributed to the planet, but I also see the need to make sure we as a species are allowed to still feel anything. Men not allowed to cry, celebrities not allowed to cry. I will not explain this new piece, for the explanation destroys the mystery and magic of true love and puts it in a box that can be counted. Art is subjective. Art only works when it is the artist's absolute truth. Someone's truth can be another person's lie. We don't all have to feel the same because we are not the same. Without further ado, I present to you my latest creation. It is called Death." And the poem itself is great, and obviously I don't know his exact intentions behind each of the lines, but I do get a strong vibe that he's speaking about his recent struggles, more specifically the drama that unfolded in his divorce with Kim Kardashian. In the poem, Kanye says, "No one wanted to tell me I was dead, and only people that would talk to me were in my head. No one wanted to tell me I was dead. Only people who loved me would visit it in their dreams instead. They would come to my grave and sprinkle some bread, so on my tombstone the birds would be fed. I would give new requests but nothing was said, cause no one wanted to tell me that I was dead. They ran through my account like the sign said free bread, but no one wanted to tell me that I was dead. My kids would dance for me in a home I once led, but kids see ghosts and didn't know I was dead. Everything was wrong in the press that I read, cause nobody would tell me that I was dead. I realized when people spoke to me was only when they spread, because nobody would just tell me, bro, you've been dead. Won't anyone listen to one word I said? Of course not, sir. You know how long you've been dead? Funny, it's been a long time since I bled. You think someone who prides being smart as me would have known that he's dead. So now every idea only exists in my head. I guess that's how people treat people who are dead. I found out one day at the newsstand of Purgatory, there was a front page article of my murderer's story. I was so surprised at what it said. This info is for the living, and surprise, you're dead. And as I said, there are a lot of lines in this poem that point to the multiple struggles that Kanye has been going through, talking about the house that he once led, which is seemingly referring to the fact that Kim K now owns that family home. He also touches further on his disdain for the media, adding in a line that everything was wrong in the press that he read. And the part though that is shocking for most is those last few lines of the poem. Kanye speaking about meeting his demise is a new darker side of Ye than I think most people are used to. I mean, the animated music video he did already had an ominous tone to it, but these poems are definitely showing off more of that darker side to Kanye. It could very well be the effects of his first divorce, but we've seen his music and art change so much over the years. We could be witnessing a turn into a new era of Kanye West. Whatever this is, we hope that it just heals him faster so that he can stop stalking his ex-wife. Kim Kardashian is begging Kanye West to stop with this hurtful narrative that she won't allow him to see his own kids. As many of you know, Kanye has been using his Instagram as a way to hash out all of this dirty laundry with Kim and her new boyfriend Pete Davidson. The other day, Pete did something that not a lot of people saw coming and actually stood up to Kanye West. Although he may have taken it a tad bit too far with the shirtless selfie and the text message saying, "I'm in bed with your wife." Now it seems like Kanye is getting his legal team together and gearing up for another meeting in court with Kim. This time though, it will be to handle custody issues in the divorce. That is, unless he can make some kind of agreement with Kim on splitting up time with their kids, but after his recent Instagram post, I don't think that that's going to happen. The other day, Kanye posted a photo of North's backpack that had a Kim, Kanye, and an alien face pin on it. In the caption, he writes, "This was on my daughter's backpack when I was allowed to see her last week. This is why I go so hard for my family. I am wired to protect my family at all costs. As the priest of my home, don't worry, Northie, God is still alive." To which Kim replied, "Please stop with this narrative. You were just here this morning picking up the kids for school." And sources who apparently have direct knowledge of the situation tell the press that Kanye's lawyer, Samantha Spector, is going to be making custody her #1 job. The big problem with these two is that they never actually decided on custody. They honestly believe that they could just handle all of that on their own, but obviously it's not working out. With no formal arrangements made for custody, it makes things extremely difficult to split up time with their kids. So for the first time, Samantha Spector is going to try and establish something more formal between Kim and Kanye. However, if for whatever reason this doesn't happen, she will have to ask a judge to impose some ground rules for both to follow when it comes to custody and visitation. Now, the other piece of this puzzle that's hard to work around is Kanye's frequent traveling outside of LA. This is just making it much harder to formalize an actual custody arrangement when his scheduling is just constantly changing. Even with saying that though, a formal arrangement is definitely necessary for both of their sanity. This is Kanye's first divorce and Kim's third, so it's understandable that Kanye isn't going to be handling this as well as Kim is. I get why he is so adamant about wanting to be a part of their lives, especially North, who is his first daughter. I don't agree with his actions, but I understand why everything is unfolding the way that it is. With Kim and Kanye barely being on speaking terms after his outburst, it will certainly be tough for them to reach an agreement. Like I always say though, for the sake of their kids, I hope that they can figure this all out. Despite being a target in a lot of Kanye's latest posts, Kim is remaining hopeful that they will work everything out. According to Us Weekly, an insider told them, "Kim is deeply hurt by the fact that North could come across Kanye's post and it could affect her. She's doing her best with joint custody, but there are certain things that are hard to control." Aside from his issues with Pete Davidson and not seeing his kids when he wants to, Kanye really wants to stop North from using TikTok. In a clip he shared to Instagram, Kanye says, "I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I'm her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and the media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, by Disney. I have a say-so." If a custody arrangement does eventually come out of all of this, I can guarantee you that Kanye is going to try and add in a section or something that says his kids can't be on TikTok until they're at least 18.